Yo, Froggystyles here. We're about to do the last 30 minutes of market hour here while the market closed. Mediocre trader, go ahead and open things up. I'm going to get Space Call fired up.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? We're just going to do some technical analysis, some news, shoot the breeze, take some questions from you guys, and see what's going on. See what we can get accomplished today in this the stream. So hopefully you guys are popping in now. I know it takes a minute for everybody to get in here, but come on in. We're waiting on you. So I don't know. The market was pretty weird today. I noticed. Not weird, normal. They play their normal games, you know. So it is what it is. Here's everybody. They're joining in now.
All right.
You ready?
Have to do a volume check on the Space Call to make sure it's good to go. But as of right now, we're down $3 or 3.7% is what we're down right now. Kind of waiting for it to bounce back a little bit. Got kind of whacked first thing in the morning. Looks like a little W kind of bottom. I'm not sure if that would even be considered a bottom. I have to check SPY to see if it correlates. Pretty close. Looks like right now it's forming the bottom. So we're still within this little wedge here. We're waiting for it to come possibly back down to 17 before popping back up. But if you look at the max pain, I'm going to refresh it right now because it could have changed.
You don't got it popped up, brother.
I know.
Okay. What's up, everybody?
So max pain is currently between 17 and 18. So you're looking at 17.50 plus or minus 50 cents. I'm actually going to post that over on Twitter real quick. We'll do GME too while we're at it. GME is down 7% to 140. So that's not looking too good. Max pain is currently sitting at 142.50 plus or minus 250.
Calculations. You're good at those.
Well, nobody calculates it. They always take that pre-calculated number, which is always wrong.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense why just the little extra bit of effort or work actually makes a difference. Because, I mean, if you look at GME right now, it's calculated at 146 when it's clearly at 142.50. And then AMC, it is calculated at 19 when it's clearly at 17.50. So I'm not sure if that's intentionally being fudged or if they're using the option chain and expanding it so they can dilute it. I really don't know what the issue is there, but something's definitely messed up.
I know, right? Get paid to sit with someone and chit-chat.
Let's see who we have here in chat real quick.
Yeah. Oh.
What's going on, Dippin? How you doing, man? Miss Harris, Rita, Jay Portuguese. What's going on, man? Montreal. Pokies.
Yeah. I got you.
Alexis, the little one's in here.
Yeah, we're going to.
Roloff. How you guys doing? So that's pretty much it. We're just kind of watching things go into close. Right now it's oversold. It looks like it could be bouncing back at this level, which is nice. That gives you that higher low bounce finally. And we're looking to pop back up here to this line. I think this line's not even drawn right because once I turned extended hours on, Trading View acts a little goofy. What you doing? Turn your speaker down.
Welcome to Bixby. You can talk to me anytime.
Yeah, were you?
You getting that fixed over there?
Oh yeah. 1 second.
I hope. You know what?
All right. So on the 1 hour, it looks like the chart's lined up right. When you go zoom on the 5 minute, it was wrong.
Just ignore this phone.
There we go. So we're bouncing off the moving average right now, about to go and head back up and retest that line at 1750. Once we cross that, then we can start heading back up to 18. Completely oversold at this point. Pretty much kind of the same thing with GME.
Did you?
Oversold at this point, waiting for it to pop back up.
Oh, did you see the McDonald's this time? Maybe it's not
Yeah, everything's just kind of downtrend.
It's a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to check the dollar real quick, see where it's sitting. Yeah, it's still running up, that's the scary part. If that dollar keeps climbing, we got another barrier sitting at just about 101. Once it crosses over that, then, the pain only gets worse for the market.
Look, I want to share something with you real quick for everybody to look at. It's very obvious, but I'll just let everybody see it real quick here. This is a massive double top right here on the daily chart on the 5 minute.
Which one's that?
That's the SPY. So that is no good. It's probably going to pick up momentum, I would think, but I just figured I'd put that out there. I just pulled it up just to look real quick, and I haven't really looked at it today, and that's the first thing that I see. So,
well, it's also creating what appears to be a double bottom right now too. So it's in a sideways channel.
I just opened it up to that. I didn't really do any investigating.
Yeah,
because oh my god,
you got a double top and basically a double bottom in the same area. Now you're waiting to see where it's going to trend out to. So that's pretty much it. Typically, whenever you see something like that, it looks like trend reversal kind of stuff, because I'm not going to say this exactly how it usually goes, but then you usually see something weird like this happen.
we are trading in the golden pocket and the Fibonacci though.
There we go.
We're just below it on my chart.
Usually it mirrors and goes back up the other way like that. This is your W bottom kind of thing that's forming.
I hope so.
But it's like a double neck. That's what it did before on AMC before it decided to pop back up.
You should go over there one day and like do this right now.
I didn't zoom in. I just opened it up and I was like, what the?
Yeah.
I was taking a nap. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we'll see if it's going to form a bottom right here and start to turn back up. Alexis wants the froggies. That's pretty cool.
I think AMC held up pretty well today, to be honest with you, versus everything else.
Well, it's pretty overbeaten over a period of time, so.
Yeah. I think everything else, well, some stuff got hit pretty hard today. I did notice earlier, though, when the SPY started running up, AMC did not move. I wasn't thrilled about that.
I bought some deep in the money calls today on AMC when it dipped first thing this morning.
Nice. What'd they cost you, if you don't mind me asking?
I can't remember. It was like 300 a piece or something like that.
There
It's
you
got
go.
like $2 or $3 theta decay, which is nothing per day per contract.
I should have did that instead of doing what I did.
I bought it just to try it out.
How far out?
This week. Testing the theta decay theory.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
I figure with $3 burn per contract, I mean, that's pretty cheap. Plus, if the price doesn't drop all the way down to like, I think it's like 15 or 14.50 or whatever it was, then I still get all of my premium back and I get to roll it into next week.
They want us to look at Newegg, NEGG. Want to look at that, or you don't want to?
Oh, I got it.
I could pull it up too. I'll let you do it. You're in the 30-minute.
Yeah, it's
Me
short
push
term, it's overbought. Let me check the longer term on it. It's about the gold cross on the 2 hours, so it's good. You do got range to pop up to like 850 or so. It's not guaranteed it's going to get there. You can see it's oversold in the cash. If it does curl back in, it could pop up there. Let me see if you got momentum. Buy check mark on your daily. I would put that in the books right there. There's good chance it's going to pop back up there.
This is old Mellow Doug's. He loves this one.
What, Newegg?
He put it in the Discord chat earlier, and
Once it
had
crosses 740, it should start ripping. That should be the breakout point. Because, I mean, you can see right here, it didn't turn green, but over time and the way everything works, time brings your resistance line down lower. So your next, it's going to end up popping from here. Probably, I wouldn't say today, but it would be nice to see a nice little rally pop up to 740 but by close. But tomorrow you should get it. I'd be expecting to see in 750 or whatever tomorrow. Once you get there, then your next run sometime this week should be pretty close to 840. Because you can see your double dip. You buy on the second dip. You wait for it to pop up. It could go up and hit the line, come back down, and then break through. But that's a real clean W. So I would expect it to go through and break. Just wait for the cash. That's actually a pretty good setup, to be honest.
good looks, Doug. Good looks.
Yeah, if you got into it on this bounce here, I always say don't buy until second bounce because you always see the full W. If you do see another bounce here, it's only establishing this bottom. That's all it's going to do. It's going to come back down, retouch, and then we'll go back up and make that fourth shot at that line. That's all it will do. So don't be surprised if it fails at like 740 or 735 and then pulls right back down. Because that's just a normal ABC pattern.
Zoom out so I can see it if you don't mind. Yep. I see the W. Pretty easy.
See where it broke down?
Yep.
You can see all kinds of other things in there too if you're looking.
Yeah.
There's a breakout right there. There's your second wedge. This could be your first wedge.
There's an inverse head and shoulders before that run up right there as well. In your triangle.
That might be the inverse bottom right there. What, this?
Yep, right there.
No, that's on inverse head and shoulders. That's just your ABC, and it's coming off the support line like it's supposed to. There's bottom point, sitting on trend, and it comes up and does the same thing again. This time, instead of popping through, it broke down through. So in order for this to create a double top, it has to come all the way back up and try to retest this 910. I wouldn't expect it to get all the way up there because it did break your positive trend line. So now you're just kind of waiting for it to bounce here and come back up and at least try to get to here or even right there to 876. But either which way, it's still heading back up because you haven't double topped yet. It's up for debate what this little pattern right here is and this one here.
Yeah, I don't know.
That might be the bottom. Right there's your W. That could be your first, your second. That could be your third. That's why it broke. Now you're waiting for it to pop back up. It won't come all the way up to here. It'll come to some other point, and then it will fall back down, make another one over here, make a massive wedge, and then it will go back up, either fail or continuance. Rinse and repeat pattern.
Yep. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. I'm good, though. I'm ready to rock and roll.
MULN dilution today. Is that what they did? So I'm assuming they got hit. Oh, yeah, 16.9%. Ouch. That's going to leave a mark.
Wow.
That's rough.
Mullen Automotive.
Didn't they also say they're going to start making their own batteries?
Yep.
So, I mean, that's a positive thing. The dilution, I'm not sure what that's for. Hopefully they're funding something positive for the company so they can continue growth, because for as small as they are, like price-wise, it's only $429 million in market cap. I mean, once they start spitting out cars, I think is it next year or is it 2024? Once they start spitting out the cars, they'll be worth a lot more. But for right now, they're still in that phase of getting up to where they're supposed to be. Oh yeah, they're pretty heavily discounted right now.
Yeah.
Got to wait for a bottom before you can even consider hopping back in that.
But they made they got the money they need, I'm sure, with that dilution.
Yeah, what percentage did they end up diluting?
I don't know. I didn't even I didn't look at nothing today.
Yeah, right here. Mullen Automotive plans to take EV battery production in-house. I mean, you can't ask for better than that.
Nope. I think Elon's doing that too, isn't he?
Oh, he's been doing that. Probably has something to do with the making batteries, because it looks like it says they're going to try to fit it in there. Need cash to do that, so that's probably why they did it. Just a guess.
I would think so. Lean on the shareholders to pay for it, you know?
Yep. What's your opinion on CEI? Well, let's pull that one up. I haven't heard that one for a minute. Oh, it's doing good. It's up 21%. It was pretty cheap. That's actually a pretty good breakout to the upside. It's going back up to its old line, that line that I had drawn from way over here. It's going back up to it at $1.10. It's a resistance level. You can see it. Now, resistance lines don't hold exactly true over a longer period of time. They usually kind of vary a little bit. It's not exact point to point. You can see how it got really close to the previous point of resistance, and they got hit early. as you can see here, it went up, broke through. Usually it breaks through and sits on it. This time with the line being possibly a little bit off, pulled back, and then it ended up popping. You can see here it's pulling back a little bit. Same exact thing. Right now it's oversold. Let's see. It's running awful hot. Sell check mark popped up. It was honored for a little bit and then didn't pull back, and it's still going. There's cash flowing in too. Look at that cash flow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's spiking some money. Look at that. Right off the bat this morning, somebody bought a pile and it's holding it. So this is your little W that's forming in there. It might show up better on the 5-minute. Kind of. Got a W here. It's not very clear.
Yeah.
Kind of a W in there. But you can see here 1.2.3. Goes into a wedge. So you're just basically waiting for continuance. Once it breaks out of this wedge, this thing here will turn green. It's going to attempt to move higher, but you want to keep an eye on it because right now, if it fails at that line, it's coming down. I mean, if it breaks through, obviously it's going up. This resistance might have to be down here, but I'm not exactly sure. I think it fell short.
Yeah.
So we'll have to keep an eye on it. The trend is looking good. Got a nice trend, but as long as it doesn't break this support line here or this trend line, it should be good for possibly another move up. I'd be setting the stop losses just in case. Because you don't want to give up any of those profits just in case this thing decides to pull back. Let me check the news and see what made it go up.
Oil, Libya.
Oh, that's pretty much what it is. What is oil up today too?
Yeah, because Libya's got protests and they shut down their oil production or something.
That one's not up.
I had an article on it this morning on my stream. I don't remember who was. It could have been CNBC. I don't remember.
Yeah, you can see AMC is trying to pop up right now. See if we can get to that 750. I'd like to see 760 like creep in the after hours. Right now you're getting a volume ramp. See this right here? Volume's starting to ramp here. It's not saying it's going to definitely break through there, but right now it has momentum. This was supposed to come all the way back down and touch this line because you don't actually have a double touch. And if that's the case, then that should be a head and shoulders, and it didn't do that either. So, I mean, no matter which way you cut it, it's looking kind of strong right now. What do you think that is? A double bottom down here? Or do you think that's a head and shoulder? Or should have been a head and shoulder?
I think it's head and shoulder.
So there is a chance it will fail here and come back down and touch here and create the head and shoulders. So, but tomorrow anyways, it breaks out of the wedge no matter which way you cut it.
Yep. Because it has to, if you go to the neckline, it has to break that wedge. See it right there? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a double neck right there, which is not normal, but there's your A triangle, B triangle, C triangle, and that tells you got a double neck at the same point. So usually what that means is that there's a good chance that once it breaks through there, it's going to shoot all the way back up to here. So 18 or whatever that number is going to be is where it could bounce up to tomorrow. There's your trend heading down, waiting for that to break. See this other trend line coming in. It's crossing up. It's going to cross over. It's clearly going to gold cross. It's Probably going to do it probably in the after hours. I bet you Gold Cross is in the after hours. It's almost guaranteed.
Pull up DWAC. I thought Elon was helping DWAC out this morning. It did not turn out.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, dude, it was
Ran up,
looking.
got smashed.
Look at
hard.
go through the time frames, man. This morning it was looking hella bullish.
Oh, at the very beginning, yeah, and then it fell off.
They sharply pushed it down. It was not good.
Look at his Twitter up another 7.6%. Waiting for Elon to say his stock's too high so it can come back down.
Mm-hmm.
Like his volume ramp. I wonder if he's buying in. I know he was talking about just buying a whole bunch of it, but funding
Yeah,
secured.
Is he allowed to do that without?
I'm not sure yet. He likes to bend the rules.
Well, I know the DOJ is not happy with him, but they're all corrupt anyways.
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting stuff. I mean, I'm really interested in this Twitter stuff, to be honest with you. I want to see what's really going to happen, and it's going to take time to play out, but I'm paying attention to it for sure.
What's going on, Miller Doug? Jay Portuguese, how you guys doing?
Sorry, guys. I was zoomed in. I couldn't see the chat. So if you guys were talking, I apologize.
Yeah, mediocre trader needs to get to bed a little earlier.
No. I had this window zoomed in, so I couldn't see the chat. But that's funny.
Yeah, number letter says Mullen CEO gave himself $10 million. That CEOs, man, they do some shady stuff just because they can.
Did he give himself 10 million? I didn't look into it, so I can't tell you, but
AEI too. Let me check that one out. That's under $1 stock, down 11.6%. It's got a buy check mark on 5-minute, which means it could be bouncing up. Sell check mark on 30-minute. So that's not really a good sign. Short term, it does look like it's going to continue the downtrend. If you see it here, those little red check marks usually indicate that they're going to try to sell off and get lower. But if you can cross that line, it'll be positive. But you do got a slight gold cross here for the last hour and a half. But buy check mark on the 1 hour, which is good. Buy check on 2. I would think it could break through. When the bigger time frames that have more money is actually got buy signals, usually they overpower the 30-minute. So yeah, there's a pretty good chance that one could pop up. There's your trend line.
Dougie says 10-4 Frog.
1, 2, 3. There's your 4th touch. Keep an eye on it. You're waiting for confirmation breakout on this one. You got confirmation points, which will be A, B, C. So this breaks and heads up back up to 60 cents and 7/10. You'll know you're on the right path. Even if it gets back to 55 and stays out there, I think it'll be a confirmation breakout.
Doug says, thank you, Froggo.
Yep. Now I'm waiting for AMC now just to slip off and start heading upward here. It's doing that same thing too. It's curling off, but it hasn't pushed up yet.
I'm ready.
There's your little bounce on your 2 hour, but it's not enough movement yet. The bottom was established. It should bounce up a little bit higher.
What's the short interest on DWAC? Anybody know that?
Not sure.
I'll try and find out right now.
There it goes. It's popping in the after hours. Look at AMC.
Hold up.
1755 in the after hours right there. Then it did come back down.
Oh, the SPY popped up too. Back into the golden pocket again. Keeps falling out, popping right back into it.
Gary Gensler. He's keeping an eye on us.
Gary Gensler's in here?
Yeah.
All right.
Your partner, the one, is up in the chat, up in the space called your partner, the one.
Hey, what's going on, the one? How you doing, man?
You do know if he doesn't respond, that means that he's not able to talk at this moment.
Oh, he's probably
But
working.
he always comes back when he's able to talk. Oh, he's not. Oh, okay. Hold tight.
Yeah, sometimes when you're at work, you can't speak when you're in a space call because you're at work.
Yeah, he must can't speak. Yeah.
What's going on, Diaz? How you doing, man? Golly got a Glock. How you doing? I like this guy. This Gary Gensler is better than the original one.
So 12.92% short of float for DWAC.
Oh, yeah. AJ did give me those sites to check out the numbers on as soon as I figure out what they're called here. Oh, it actually doesn't have numbers. Let me check the other site that he gave me. Because you got...
You can use top secret?
No, AJ gave me 2 sites to cross-reference. Oh, I see what he's looking at. 55.5% fee. Wow, that's pretty high.
I was just wondering if you had that special site that CS Trades uses for all the short interests.
The stock era. Yeah, I got it. I did. For some reason, the numbers didn't pop up on it.
Well, it's top secret information, isn't it?
Yeah. Let me see here. American Superconductor Corporation. Basically, going to have to wait till that thing pops back up to about 680 to confirm that you're popping back up because you're waiting for that neckline break. I think it's in a wedge, but it's not very clear. It's such a small stock. It's so hard to get a real clear look on the charting because it's just dashes with no movement. So you don't really get a candle to read. But right now you can see the cash is starting to flow in, which is kind of nice. If it continues, it could pop back up and get back above 680. But yeah, you're definitely in a wedge. Basically waiting to break out there so you can move up to these other points. So it looks like it may be at bottom. Sell check mark there. Came back down, retouched off the bottom. Looks like it might be bouncing. That could be your W. And like I said, it has
Yeah.
to move back up to your neckline, which is 680, just to confirm that you're breaking out. I like this guy. Whoever Gary Gensler is hilarious. It says sell
Gary.
AMC, buy LMNOP.
That's right. Get her done. LMNOP to the moon, baby.
At first, I didn't know what LMNOP was when I first seen it pop up. I was like, that can't be a real stock. Well, I was right, but I didn't realize they were using it as a code for AMC. Mellow Doug says it's up to $1.08 a barrel. It's probably going to go higher, in my opinion.
What's the US dollar at today?
It's up. It's up another almost 30 more cents. Still looking dangerous. Let me pull that one up on like a daily chart. I mean, it's on just a straight uptrend. It's been rocking and rolling up here. Dangerous. Very dangerous.
I agree.
Opinion for AMC tomorrow. What's your thoughts on that one?
No, let me go look at it again.
I think tomorrow we're going to break out of this wedge and head to the upside. And then we're going to be looking at, let's see here, 18 tomorrow.
Well, I had it in this channel and it already broke out of it. I could probably adjust that, but I don't know. It's definitely it looks like it's going to move to the upside. Let me look on the 30-minute time frame here real quick.
Casey Lou says it's hard to see blue on black. You must be talking about the dark blue. Let me fix that. I'm going to pick a different color. I'll do oh, that's going to be complicated here. Let me see. Give me a second.
Yeah,
I'm going to change that red to a yellow.
I don't know. AMC looks pretty good, to be honest with you. All the MACD and all that stuff looks pretty good on further out time frames. It doesn't look terrible.
Actually, I can do a light blue. That would work out better.
On your chart?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it more visible. And then we see, instead of going red, we'll just do like a lighter red.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn on and off my after hours easily, but I was looking today and then I gave up on it. That's the problem with Thinkorswim. It's a little more complicated than TradingView and stuff. It's not one-click stuff. You have to go searching for it.
Oh, that white line shows up as being an issue here. We'll put that one back to white or red. Just made it a shade brighter blue. Hopefully that helps.
TradingView indicator setup. tutorial.
Pretty much. You just go to settings and change to whatever color you want. Just make it work. Here's a good question here. It says, what's preventing AMC from popping on the MACD weekly chart? See, I've been wondering that same thing. Usually when you get that weekly cross on there and there's all that money, like usually it explodes. But you can see right here, they've been really holding that, like it's not getting any push. The cash isn't really rolling in there. It's really confusing on what's going on there. Like you can see the cash flowed out of it and didn't even pop back in there. So they're definitely holding it down because you can see when it gold crossed, there's the ramp up and then the short attack came in and they're just holding it there. I'm thinking eventually it's going to pop, like explode. You can only compress this long enough before it has to move in the direction it was supposed to go. They're just delaying it. I don't know how exactly they're doing that, but it's kind of obvious. Ran up to 34 and got pulled right back down and held down. That's shenanigans. Janet better not be cheating on me with Boss Blunts. I don't know, Gary. I'd probably be disappointed.
Gary Gensler.
We need a couple Garys floating around here. We kind of need to have like
do.
Ken Griffin. Yeah, there. Nice candle at the final 1 minute for AMC. It did pop back up, but it kind of pulled right back. Let me pull that back up here.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
SPY ripped, and then they held everything back.
Now, for whatever reason, this bar is huge. Like, these bars are actually huge. Usually they're, oh, wait, that's right. I usually do it on a 5 minute. Usually on a 5 minute, you get about 5 or 6 of these little candles inside there. And you can see it spiked up and it hit its resistance right there. And then it, in the after, as it shot up, bounced right off that line. So there's a good chance it's going to come down to 1720 by morning probably. And then tomorrow you get that breakout on that wedge. So it doesn't matter what it does, but sometime tomorrow, pre-market, it should be breaking out of this wedge. Once it does that, I mean, it's definitely going up. There you go. Gary Gensler was my money. Money.
Tell him, Diaz. I got your 6, bro. Let's go get him.
Come on, Gary. You got to start paying up eventually.
That's right. Just go talk to your boy over there at the Fed, Jerome. Right?
Yeah, where's Jerome at anyways? We got
Tell
Gary in
Jerome.
here. No Jerome.
Tell
We need to
Jerome
get
start
that money printer.
printing the money specifically for the memes.
Says once they fire Janet and myself, then you get your MOAS money. I guess you can't say, you're not supposed to say MOAS on YouTube. It lowers your monetization or whatever.
Really?
Yep. It's a flaggable word.
Crazy.
Yep. So we'll just call it Mo Money.
Mo money.
We'll get our Mo Money. There you go. Make Gary Gensler sign that contract.
Put it in writing, Gigi. Yeah, Gary, put it in writing.
You tell him, Jay. Where's my money?
Where my money? Sabo says, "What's up, cuties?" Okay.
TBLT. Let me check that one out here real quick. Whoa.
Wow.
48% in the after hours. What's going on with that one?
I don't know. What is it?
No idea. Tough Belt Industries. Let me check news real quick. Some sort of press release happened. Let me see here. Earnings? Wait a second. What's going on here?
Was it a TL? Let me go look.
Yeah, earnings must have been pretty good for that one. It's popping. Yeah, right here. See that zero? Right in that top corner means earnings right now. So must have had either good news or it's ramping, waiting for good news.
Yeah.
Record
Interesting.
fourth quarter year revenue of 24.6 million or 105% year after year growth. That's killer. Killer. What is it trading at right now? 14 cents. So it's going to probably double by morning. Just because of that. Not guaranteed, but I mean it will be. That's where you're getting 56. I mean it's moving to where it needs to go. I wouldn't be surprised to see this sitting at 80% up. Record full year revenue of $70 million, all 77% year after year growth. So, okay, so then maybe 60% will be up in the after hours, probably sell off by morning. So you're about there.
Future Whale. That's a good name.
I like it.
I like it too.
I'm going to leave this one up here for a minute since it's like ripping. It could be done there. Let's see if it can break past this barrier. I mean, it hasn't really shown true weakness yet. I mean, look at the cash flow. The cash is coming in steady.
Yeah.
If that continues, I mean, it could definitely go higher. Gary says, I'm getting the feeling you find people don't think I'm doing my job.
Oh, man. Listen, Gary. I didn't
Gary,
say you're not doing your job. I said you can't see a goddamn thing. That's what I said.
yeah, Gary must have been reading some of my messages. Not one of them's nice.
Gary, I think you need to go to the eye doctor, Gary. That's what I think. Oh,
Hey, I've put nothing past Gary Gensler at this point.
Gary Gensler, what'd you do to my dog last night? Says Doug. You better not mess with that dog because that dog knows some stuff. That's a smart dog.
Omar says MULN setting up to explode. I think it's going to bounce back. I mean, anytime there's a sell-off, usually it does bounce back. It's just a matter of how long it's going to take. If they were raising capital and they weren't paying like a CEO an excessive amount of money, I mean, it would have bounced right back as soon as they were done diluting the shares. Montreal says CEI is up 20.1% today, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
Real good, actually.
that's a nice run. We're gonna have to play with this restream later because I hate that I can't grab some of these comments and save them.
Yeah.
That's driving me
Biden put me
nuts.
charged. That should tell you something.
Biden put me in charge. That should tell you something. Yeah,
Well,
it does tell me something.
since Gary's in here, one thing I have done is looked at what he's actually capable of, and with that cryptocurrency, that USDC or whatever coming in, Gary's going to know all about regulating that stuff. So,
Gary, you might answer some questions for the audience if we get some questions in here for you, Gary. Hi, Gary. Will you answer them?
I wish Blunt's, Bigums, and the rest of the Rat Pack would stop exposing us here at the SEC. I'm pulling my hair out over this mess. Yeah, he's looking a little shiny up top there.
Oh.
I'll let them know to go ahead and turn it up a little bit more. He's still got some hair left.
Yeah. We'll take care of it.
Oh, Mrs. Harrison's hitting him too.
Invest in a toupee. McGinzela. I'm sorry.
Leonard says it's the MULN, the new money. No, it's being sold off by dilution. It will bounce back. It's just a matter of when. I mean, it's more of a long-term play. I'm not sure if it's actually a squeeze play, but there's potential in it to pop up back up just by like earning its way back up. And like I said, I'm just waiting for that one to start releasing cars in the future to basically set its own price. Putting all my energy into praying for June 3rd and 9th. Yep. I like that. June 3rd, that's what the date that Boss Blunts was calling out due to that executive order. So I'm right with you. I kind of believe it myself too. I mean, it's only something to look at. It's not a guaranteed catalyst, but I'm kind of banking and he's probably more right than wrong.
Yeah, I think he's onto something. I'll say that. I think he's onto something.
Yeah. Watch out, Mike Ginsla. Miss Harris got to get you. Yeah, Sabo has a point here. The problem with MULN is existing car companies are evolving in the EV market quite nice. It's going to be hard for the market to grow in. That is a problem, but there's a very high demand for EVs right now. And like, if you notice, the car prices are ridiculous. And like, if there was EVs out there, obviously they should be easier to make. I would think. I would think that Elon could produce more cars than Ford could with the same amount of people. But
where are you going to charge them, though?
What, your house?
Okay. What if you run out of gas?
Well, you sit back there with a little hand generator and just start cranking it.
Exactly.
No, they were working on putting those in. They don't have anywhere near enough of those energy charging stations, but last I knew, they keep expanding. So
I know there's a few around where I'm at, but there's only a few. Like if you work in and you drive to work and I don't know, there's no charger station and you can't charge your car, you got to get towed home.
Oh, pretty much. You would think that they would just like
I'm buying a tow truck.
you think that you could probably just buy a little generator and toss it in the trunk with a tank of gas just in case. It's like a spare tire, but it's spare power. It does sound kind of defeating the purpose, but you can at least get somewhere.
Is Mulan got take fuel as well?
No. I'm just
Oh,
saying,
you
like,
mean for the generator?
yeah, you can get a generator, go fill it up, and just fire it up and charge your vehicle enough to get somewhere.
How long is that going to take to charge?
I don't know. Shouldn't be too bad to get enough power to drive home. But it'd be like
Yeah.
a spare tire kind of thing. You just go and run it.
Good.
I know Elon don't like the idea of having a generator in the car, but
I agree with Elon.
It should be an option. Just in case.
I think it's an interesting deal. I don't hate electric vehicles. You know, in fact, I like them. I don't know if we're ready for them 100% yet. That's all. You know, but believe me, I'd buy a Tesla.
No, I'm definitely getting a Tesla. Definitely.
I've been looking. I'm not going to lie.
AMC is holding flat at 1743. Not trying to move too much. Let's check out that dollar real quick so we can get an idea of tomorrow. That's the ugliest looking chart I've ever seen. Look at all that red.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, goofy. But with the thing about the dollar chart, anything that's red is actually positive. Because if you see the dollar drop in price, it raises the market. So you actually kind of want to see red. I still think the Fed's pumping money in.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to. Didn't you hear what Jerome Powell said? They want a soft landing. Didn't you see the meme with the airplane?
No. Is that what he said?
Yes. You ever heard about the soft landing?
No, there's going to be no soft landing with this kind of inflation. It's going to be a crash landing.
Oh my God, there's a meme about it. It's an airplane smashing into the ground, dude.
That's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
They've let the market get so propped up that when it comes down, it ain't going to come down gracefully.
But that's what they're trying to do.
Maybe they're going to catch it at levels and bring it down. Oh, speak of Gary Gensler, he just popped up a message over here. The real one.
What do you have to say? Bring it on up.
Hold on. It's not loading.
Is it on Twitter?
What did he do? Delete it? That's weird.
$46 seconds ago?
Yeah, I can't even see it.
Says, want me to share? Or do you want me to just read it?
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
It says tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, I'll be speaking at Reuters, Responsible Business USA 2022. And that's pretty much what he says. So he'll be speaking tomorrow at 10. Amazing.
Look at the one he wrote 3 hours ago. It says, it was great to sit with whoever L72 Champs is and reflect on my first year at SEC Gov.
Oh, my God. Go ahead. Continue.
And some of what's ahead for our great agency. You mean the fail boat?
Yeah, right? Oh, my God.
Including ensuring that our capital markets remain the best in the world. Now, wait a second. China shut down the market maker for manipulation. But over here, the old Gary Gensler thinks that we're doing a great job.
Yeah,
I
right.
guess if your goal is to like rip off the market, then you're doing exactly what you wanted.
We could do a show just on reading the freaking the responses to a stupid tweet.
Yeah, and instead of taking care of manipulation, they're going after Elon for trying to like buy out Twitter to ensure free speech.
Exactly. It's
Some of the weirdest agenda-driven stuff I've ever seen.
I don't get it.
Well, at least the people are starting to get to see who the real agency is. Like once you see the color of an agency like that, like their true colors, like it's their intentions are bad, you can't trust them.
Yeah.
And we finally get to see these agencies that claim they do work for us, and we realize they don't work for us; they work for themselves. And we finally realize we're getting ripped off. We're paying taxes for these places that don't do what they're supposed to. It's all fraud. So it'd be nice if we just stopped paying taxes and just starved them out and got new ones. Uh-oh. There's Gary. I'm holding a seminar on the market manipulation, if it even exists. Costs $1,500 per ticket, including coffee. So you don't
Oh
fall
my
asleep.
God.
Well, you know you're going to be falling asleep if it wasn't for that coffee.
He just needs the coffee to bring back to the SEC office building.
Free donuts. Yeah, throwing some free donuts in there, you might be able to get someone to show up. Alan says, I like Tesla because they're more than just a car company. I personally don't care for the cars. They are ugly. I like them, but I mean, I like them just because of the fact that they're simple too.
I don't dislike the cars. I mean, they're kind of cool, some of them.
That's big news right there. Actually, if BBIG's spitting out a dividend, last I knew they were a squeezable play.
Yeah, I haven't checked their short interest in a while.
They're up 2.8%. Let me check and see if there's information on dividend.
Yeah, Beverly, you're right. Twitter's board only owns 77 shares of the stock. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, and they're fighting Elon tooth and nail.
I agree with her.
It's craziness.
Gary Gensler says, I don't take payouts all the time, but when I do, I take them from Ken Griffin.
Yeah, it sounds about true. I wouldn't doubt a single word of that. You don't even have to put allegedly in front of that either. You just call it for what it is and let them prove it is false. Yeah, Beverly's always on top of things.
Yeah, she is.
Isn't it like 0.7 or some like horribly low numbers what they got?
Yeah. Hi, KV. Hi, Carl. I've
doing?
seen you guys. I read your messages. I just kind of busy, so I didn't get to them. But how are you guys?
Yeah, how's it going, KV? Pokey says Elon to the moon. He's trying to go to Mars. He's like, everybody wants to go to the moon, but Elon's like, yeah, put me on Mars.
Carl, I agree with you. Grab Carl's comment. It's pretty good. True. Carl says, not our Gary Gensler, but the real Gary Gensler reminds me of the former DOJ AG Bill Barr Talks
BB
tough,
and GG equals 0.
does nothing.
That's just like simple math right there. Take a 0 and multiply it with a 0 and you get nothing done.
Nothing. It's like the fourth down in a football game. You just take the knee.
Well, Gary Gensler's kind of like a referee. He just chooses to ref for the wrong team. He's like, manipulation for my buddies or, retail. He's like, we'll go after Elon.
But he'll tell you he's protecting retail.
Oh, yeah. They want you to believe they're doing something for you.
Do you feel protected? Do you all feel protected today from the SEC? You know, are they protecting you? Did they put a shield around you today?
Well, didn't they say they have a cup beside their coffee machine so they can get money? That's called pay to play. You drop a couple $1 million in that cup and they'll do whatever you ask.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, put a tip in my tip cup.
Oh, we got enough money to get you a coffee today, sir. What would you like?
It's like speaking fees where they get all these like ridiculously high speaking fees.
Like Janet Yellen?
Yeah.
$800,000
from Ken Griffin. That's crazy. No conflict of interest here.
Nope.
Gary's like, oh, we don't take speaking fees. We need coffee. I see what he did there.
The plunge protection team.
Yeah, they plunge into your bank account.
Yeah, they are. You don't know it yet, but they're coming.
That's probably why they're bringing up that digital dollar. Can you imagine if there was a market crash and like bank runs and all that stuff? They couldn't provide all that money, so they had to back all that money up. So they bring out this digital coin. They can go and cover it all real quick and act like it's there.
Yeah.
That's the only way they can go and cover everything so it doesn't crash. Just come out with some blockchain coin that they can multiply as many times as they want. Have you spend more? It's like IOU'd money.
A banana's going to cost you $3 for one.
That's just for the peel.
Exactly. You don't even get the meat into the banana inside. You just get the peel.
No, technically,
banana flavoring.
If everybody went down and pulled their money out, the banks would close up. So if they're going to go and back everything up by a crypto coin, like basically those crypto coins are IOU dollars. What's the difference?
I think Jim is in a space call. He wants to ask the question.
Yeah, go ahead, Jim. Floor is yours, man. You have to unmute this, Harris.
Go ahead, Mr. Jim.
You got everybody muted.
Oh, sorry, guys.
There we go. Got a blue button. Yeah, guys, as long as we're, talking about the stock market and everything, I thought I have, and I'm going to give you my opinion, and then I'm going to ask for your opinions. But I've been in this play a long time, and week after week after week, they shorted it. And, it's just my personal feeling that they have created so many synthetics on this thing that, they know how buried they are. And I just feel strongly that there's so many synthetics that they've created, not just the nakeds and the other ones, but the synthetics that are out there, to me, is going to make me rich. And I'll step down and just get your answers.
No, I think you're 100% right. Like they're not even trying to cover anything. There's no attempt to cover at all, and it's really sad. But here's the thing, now: if they do try to cover right now with the way that there's a liquidity problem in the market and the banking system, like it's going to bind everything up, especially whenever we decide to go and start moving that money. So if you notice, there's an executive order that got signed by Joe Biden, and it creates that crypto coin. They're kind of fast tracking that. They're trying to push it in quick. And so instead of printing off, a couple $1 trillion and pushing it in the system, which is probably what needs to happen to provide liquidity, which they can't. I don't think they can get the vote for that. So they're going to just offer that digital coin. You watch. I was just calling this the other day. I said, you notice no brokerage gives you a crypto wallet so you can transfer out of their platform. They all force you to go back to cash and transfer out. Now, if they bring in this crypto coin, this US dollar digital crypto or whatever it's called, USDC, once they go and bring that out, if they offer you a wallet, you'll know what's happening is they're trying to convert us off the dollar to this crypto, which then they can track and trace everything and tax everything perfectly. But at that point, they would have no reason not to let this thing squeeze, because they can just type in the digits, hand you all the crypto, let it squeeze, let it play out, like basically simulate it, and then give you these coins, which you think are real. And then when you go and turn these coins in, supposedly they're one for bucks. And like I said, all it is an IOU, $1. And then you go take it to the ATM and, get your dollars out. And I think that's all they're doing is, I think they're using that as a substitute for the dollar, just because it would cost them too much money to put all those dollars in the system. And you look at it, Social Security is not even there. They've already spent the money. So if they bring out these cryptos, this crypto coin, they can go and back that up. So then it looks like it's supported by an IOU coin. And that means whenever it needs to come out, it's technically there, backed up by the crypto, but it's just not physically there. So because they've already spent it. So I see what they're doing. They're trying to keep it from binding up. But because you figure, like I said, a bank run, that wipes the system out. A big, massive squeeze like what's coming up, I mean, that's going to wipe everything out because there's not enough cash to go and move it around like that. But when you have that coin out there, if you go and ramp that thing up, you can absorb all the damage and put it in coin form. All you're going to do is store it in your bank and spend it. Not many people are going to go pull $10 million out and go lay on it. So that's what there looking at doing, is just creating basically a digital coin that is track and traceable, so the bank can't even fractional reserve it. So it may be a good thing. I just don't know how inflation is going to react to it, and I don't know how the market's going to react to it, because instead of the crash happening and them getting wiped out, the FDIC insurance pops up and we get paid out that way. Instead of it going that route, they're just going to back it all up with crypto. And part of me gets excited at the fact that I know that the liquidity will be there in the form of an IOU. But the other part of me worries about, what's the negative side effect of it? Like, is there inflation that comes with it? Is the government going to pull shenanigans where they lock down wallets because they don't like the party you like, or things that you said on social media? Like, I worry about that social credit score being a real thing and it being pushed over here. Who knows? But I knew that they were bringing this in and it's here. So I'm kind of hoping that is what they've been waiting for, is a way to back up the squeeze, to make sure that it plays out safely.
I have a question myself. How will you be able to use that coin at, let's say, Smoothie King, Fat Burger, Chick-fil-A? How will you be able to use that coin like that?
It's just like your debit card. You just go in and spend it. It should be backed 1-for-1 for a US dollar. So if it's the same thing, they should be accepting of supposedly the US dollar crypto or the physical, and or credit or check or whatever form that you have. So it's just another payment method is all it is.
Yeah, I think the synthetic shares are in everybody's account and they don't even realize it. Like I do believe that there's at least double what the float is. I'm speculating, but that's what I think. So we just wait and see if it's in your account. They're gonna have to pay you on it. From what I understand, is going to happen. But and Froggy and I were talking about that digital dollar coin they got, and that could be a thing just for liquidity. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they don't have the dollars. That's the thing. They don't have enough printed dollars to give
Yep.
everybody. So that could be a part of the issue. And if you know Boss Bunce, well, he'll be on tonight anyways. But if you know Boss Bunce put out a video about Janet Yellen speaking in Congress. It's a very good video. But she talks about exactly that. Hedge funds being over leveraged and all of that. So, yeah, I mean, we got the goods on them, I'm pretty sure.
Continental
So,
Marine says,
so is that digital coin is really replacing? It really is going to be swapping out our debit card for the digital coin. So instead of having a debit card, it's going to be the digital coin that we think.
well, right now it's in testing phase. It's not guaranteed or nothing, but you know how the government works. Anything they usually test, if it works good, the way that they're planning on using it, it goes into like full implementation. And I think they're going to probably push it in just because of the fact that they've been wanting to track your money supply. So I can't see why they would say no to it. I think they'll force it in. I mean, Joe Biden already went and signed the executive order. So this is something that must make the government excited. And I do have concerns about it, but I mean, if that's the thing needed that they're waiting for to allow for the liquidity to let the squeeze happen, I mean, let's see how it plays out.
ARC Myers, and what is the social score? What is the social score? What is that? That's what he's asking.
It's been goofy that they do over in China, where like if they don't like the things you post on like not Facebook but on the internet, it costs you more money to buy your goods and stuff. So you get punished for not basically being good in the sense that they want you to be.
Yeah, exactly.
And they set the standard of what they want you to act like. So you can't be like a conspiracy theorist or any of that stuff that's anti-government, or it costs you more money to live.
Like if you're walking down the street in China, they got cameras looking at you. So if you do something wrong, you do something they don't like, it messes with your score. It's pretty crazy, actually. Look it up. There's videos
they can
on
track
it.
you. Yeah, there was one video I was watching where they got a drone following a person around that's not supposed to be out of their house, and it has like a little speaker on it. It goes and starts telling them to get back in their place, and it's like, man, that's some crazy land stuff over there.
Yep.
They got them robot dogs over there too, which is even weirder. And they do the same thing. They just follow people around and they bark out commands at them. That's some science fiction stuff right there, and it's like reality over in China.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
Continental Marine says, what stock are you running in your tracking? Right now I'm tracking AMC in the background there. Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh. Mailman. Oh boy.
Well, that's my sign. Go ahead.
Hey, Paul, you asking me a question?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Hey, so I So you're still following HYMC too, right?
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I'm an AMC and GME, and I'm an HYMC, and I'm still learning a lot, and pretty much I'm just averaging down, just putting money in, sitting on it, and staying quiet. But in terms of the fundamentals of HYMC, is that like the early stage of what AMC looked like in your opinion?
They're two totally different plays. Like right now, I got it pulled up, and you can see there's a first triangle going into a second triangle, and I mean, I guess you could call this January, that June, and we're about to go into another phase. So, I mean, that could be interesting if you look at it in that aspect. But I think it's going to pop up again and try to retest that $3 range one more time.
Because I'm following the price of gold, and that's going up, and that's what I thought would kind of push it up a little bit. But lately, I'm not sure if it's, people pushing it down or selling, not trusting it. But it looks like a pretty solid play, all right?
HYMC, I like it. I currently am holding it because we're at the bottom of the wedge, and to me, it looks like we're going to be breaking out by tomorrow.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. I've been building up since it was at 84 cents. Is what I'm buying with cents and just adding up. I'm trying to get to like 20 to 30,000 shares if I can.
Yeah, I bought in, I think it was this morning, when it dipped down.
Yeah.
I ended up buying in on that dip, and I got like a couple thousand shares real quick because I knew that the wedge was coming to an end. And it's just, like I said, that wedge right there ends probably by noon tomorrow, a little after that.
When you say that wedge, well, I can't see what you're looking at. Are you showing something?
Yeah, on the chart on the YouTube channel.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I stream this live too, so I show the charts in the background. So it's easier when you're on the space call to go ahead and ask questions and stuff. But like I said, I am live on YouTube, so you can always check the chart out, see exactly where I'm at.
It's the same name?
Yeah.
Froggystyles?
Yep. I got the chart pulled up right now, so if you want to check it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there now.
I'm going to zoom out so you can see the double wedge, how it's bouncing right off that 200 moving average, real nice and clean. And it looks like it's touching right now. So in my mind, it's a perfect buying opportunity unless something really bad happens to it. So, and you can see the bottom starting to pop right here where it's lighting back up pink, indicating a trend reversal. And I mean, it looks good to me.
Yeah.
See that green line there? That's the moving average. Basically, it's a money line. If you cross above that, it's bullish. Cross below it, definitely bearish. And we're definitely in the bullish area, so it should be trending up. But if it does cross over here, I mean, that would definitely suck. But I think it's going to pop and break up, work its way back up to that $3 range.
I don't disagree.
I mean, that's why I bought into it, because it in theory, it's easy money, but I know there's no such thing.
Yeah.
But
And they got the support of the people. Yep. That's what I like
it's
about
a
it.
cheap stock too. It's
But
tough.
at the same time, if the valuation of HYMC goes up, it'll do better for AMC as an asset.
Yep.
Exactly.
So when you buy into this one too, in theory, you're helping AMC.
Yeah, because it's an asset.
Yep.
And I think Diane Garrett put out something today again, another tweet.
Who was it? Adam Aaron?
No, I think Diane Garrett, the CEO of Hypothetical.
Oh, I got to get her on here, like on my list, like, because I didn't know who that was. Let me try to find it here.
She posted something today, like I think 5 hours ago. It's pretty good. Nothing special, but kind of just giving information out. I don't think they started digging, but the price of gold will break 2,000. That's the future. So I think, and there's a couple people saying it's going to hit 22 to 2,300 in the next year or two. So I this price, it's like it's sitting on it is nice.
Yeah. Trying to find her right now. Give me a second. Diane Garrett, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Wow, they got a nice looking place over there. I'm seeing one of the videos. I didn't like. It's a lot of area.
Yeah, she's been pretty active since Adam Aaron gave her a shout out. And she wears a rocket pen every time she does a post.
That's pretty cool.
That's the CEO, right?
Yeah.
Diane Garrett, yeah.
Yeah. I
How
think
much
he got.
land did they actually have? I'd like to kind of check that out because it looks like they got a huge piece of land.
I don't know the specifics. I just know they have a lot of untapped potential. I think with our spot offering money in there, and then AMC putting in 22%, they should have enough funding to open back up in the next couple months.
Oh yeah, easy. I think they got more than enough money, to be honest.
Yeah. They did
Once
well.
get full production, they should be profitable since they fixed their refining mill thing that they had a problem with.
Yeah, and I think as they start raising interest rates, hopefully people will, or not hopefully, usually people start putting their money in gold anyway, so the valuation of gold will continue to rise. So the stock should be valued a lot higher regardless, just because it's already proven to be on that land. They just got to dig it up.
I agree. There's the comment about BBIG's dividend. I heard that they were given a dividend. I didn't see where it was stated. See if we got information on it.
Brian Carpenter says Lamborghini or Rolls Royce Ghost. Thoughts? For me, I'm buying businesses and real estate, and then we'll worry about the other stuff later. You gotta use money. It takes money to make money, people.
That's exactly it. Yeah, that's where I'll be headed first. Is probably back into it. I'll probably be buying Tesla, physical silver, DWAC, maybe Twitter if Elon gets his hands on it. I might even buy in late. Just because if he's going to go and fix it and change it, it might be worth, way more than what it is now.
I have a thought, but I don't know.
I'm sorry. But
No,
I think
go ahead.
Ohm and Long has been waiting for a long time to speak, and I apologize I skipped over him. But do you want to say, would you like to ask Jeremy a question on and Long?
So I'll tell you my thoughts on Twitter. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So my thought is, I'm speculating. This is just my brain thinking that if he does end up getting Twitter, they're probably going to merge Trump Media Technology Group and Twitter and call it Truth. That might be a
would
thing
be
too.
kind of interesting if that's what happened.
I don't know that to be true, but I wouldn't be surprised if that did happen.
Jared says BBIG squeeze, Cryptide coming. That must be the dividend they're talking about, which is crypto, if I remember right. That would definitely be good. That could be a catalyst depending on how they play it. Did you already talk about CBDC? Yeah, we were just talking about how they could be using the crypto-backed digital, or wait, yeah, it's
Yeah.
crypto.
Right, but that's not the CBDC. That there is an executive order talking about a centralized bank digital currency, but that's not happening yet because they don't own the dollar coin that we're talking about. But I think they're trying to use it for now to see how it works with the DTCC. That's what it is, right, Froggy?
Yeah, the DTCC is the one that's issuing it or bringing it out or something weird, which is the
There's-
agency we pretty much don't trust now as it is. I mean, they're the ones letting more than a float run around. So BBIG to 20, AMC to 100. Both those numbers would probably be squeeze potential at that point. So if AMC was to ever see 78 again, I mean, that right there would put the pressure right on them. That would probably be high enough. Actually, 100, I think, is exactly what it needs to be to hit that 50 billion market cap, and that would be probably the end. I mean, not the end of the stock, but that it'd start the squeeze at that point. Too expensive to control. Oh, here's a good question. KV says, do you think it's safe to buy silver stock instead of physical? I wouldn't buy silver paper at all. I mean, if you do, it's very, very risky. I mean, just because of the fact that they use the silver paper to dilute the silver physical's price. So the more paper that you buy, the lower they can drop the price of the physical. That's how they dilute it.
What up, Sanjay?
English Patriot 70 says Elon might destroy Twitter from within. I wouldn't think he's going to destroy it because I wouldn't figure he'd put 40 billion. Is it 40 billion or 60 billion? I can't remember how it ends up. I couldn't imagine him putting in, 40, 50, 60 billion dollars in the company and ruining his investment. But I can't see him going in there and firing that entire board and then opening it back up.
He definitely is hanging a carrot in front of the donkey. There's no doubt about that. I don't know, man. He's
exposing everything, which is crazy.
Yes.
Because, I mean, you got the board who doesn't work for the shareholders being exposed plain as day. And, I mean, basically what's going on there is a fiduciary duty violation, which wonder when that's going to play out. Elon don't even have to buy the company. He's already exposed him at this point.
Right. He could pull his money out and let it fall.
But he has to go through the process to guarantee damages so then all the shareholders can make money off of it without him buying it. So
exactly,
he's going to have to make the attempt and watch the shareholders react, and then shareholders can go after the board for money. It's not the process you want to play out, but I mean, it's only made 8% in 5 years. That's bad.
10 years.
Is it 10? I thought it was 5. Yep. That's still bad. Tish says, can you please go through AMC FTDs? What are they? How many are there? What bearing do they have on the potential squeeze? Oh, there's a short version and a long version. Short version.
I second short version.
Yeah, the short version is a failure to deliver, where you bought something and he never gave it to you. So it's like buying a car. Like everybody bought a car and they took your money and said, you didn't get it. Tough. And then they make you sit there and wait. So you still don't have a car. You think you do. It's an IOU car is what they gave you. Now, the longer version is these FTDs never get covered. They get put into a obligation warehouse, an OW. And in there, at some point in the life of the FTD, they have to cover it or back it. And so they never technically cover it, because if they did, the price of the stock would go up based upon all the FTDs being covered. And it's a market maker exemption kind of thing is what they do with it. They create these things every single day. Dirty, dirty, dirty is what it is. You should never be able to sell something that you don't have to actually produce. The market maker don't even have it, and they're selling it to you. And it's legal. So imagine that.
That is the story behind it.
Make sure you do hit that like button.
But with that said, your digit is in your account. So if you bought it, you have a digit in your account. So when you sell, you're going to get paid.
Yeah, the digit's backed by cash, not the actual stock. So somebody's got to pay for that. It makes me wonder what happens if the market maker does. Well, the market maker is not going to let the price go up, because then the obligation warehouse would blow up, and they don't need that mess. So they're probably forced into controlling it at all costs. This is probably a fact right here. Carl says the government needs to stay out of the crypto market. The feds will screw it up. Yeah, probably. Anything the government touches usually gets messed up. Elon is going to fix the bot problem on Twitter. That would be the start of it. That would be so nice.
Yep.
Stevie says, hey guys, isn't all the TA on AMC and other memes now redundant due to the GME share dividend, which by all counts will blow everything up, including AMC? Yeah, in theory, the GME thing could be the main catalyst, but we're hoping.
So with that, I would say this. If say a new person came in and they wanted to buy in, right? You wouldn't want them to buy in at a high when they could buy in at a low, right? So I say there's no harm in doing the TA for those, even though we have a feeling what's going to happen with GME. You catch my drift there?
Yeah, is Mullen the next big squeeze? I don't know if it has like big squeeze potential. I do know it has recovery potential. It used to be worth a lot more per share. So if you see it run up, it's not. I don't know if it would be considered a squeeze. I think it'd be more of a recovery play. It's still going to make a car. It's capable of making a car. Once it does that and it has full production, which is a couple years, I think, what is it, year and a half away? It will start growing its evaluation naturally. So, I mean, that's where it starts. Jay Porgy says, Kenny G, if you call me today, I will sell my AMC shares for $2,500. If not, F you, I'm holding to the moon. Hey, that's the attitude everybody should pretty much have. We're holding regardless until we get our money.
Agreed.
And that's how it happens. You force them to cover what they don't want to cover.
I remember when we were in the beginning of this play, we were all talking about that they were going to call us up and give us prices and all that stuff. That never happened.
Well, no, I did say there's a chance that your brokerage would pull some weird stuff where they claim these little glitches, and they would offer you like these weird numbers. And I've seen that so far, which is weird, where people are getting these wild numbers in their account that only they can see. So I called that ahead of time that was going to, but I'd never heard anybody selling at those numbers.
Well, it ain't happening to me. Trust me. Maybe because they know. They know I won't sell. You can't have them.
Right. Let me check the hot stocks today. We got Twitter #2, Tesla #1, Costa Systems, never heard of it, up 82%. What the heck is that? It was ripping. Look at it just shoot up. Pretty nice run for that. It's just all cash flow, though. You can see here it started down here, ripped up, and it stayed there. So definitely good. NVIDIA's #4, AMD, another semiconductor at 5, Apple 6. Let me see, we got Microsoft at 9, another semiconductor at 10. Mullins at 12, but it's down 14.8%. Like I said, I think it's more of a dip buy than anything. GameStop is at 13. Where did AMC go? AMC is at 17. So it looks like GameStop's starting to get a little bit of volume. AMC's slowing down, but it's not too big of a deal. We're still at the end of the wedge. We got 23 million trading volume today, which is ultra light. As the volume starts to run out, the next thing that happens is there'll be a spike of volume, the breakout of a wedge, like the big wedge. And when that happens, this volume will spike back up and we'll start moving back up again. So wait for the volume ramp to happen again. ATER is up 18%. That's pretty nice.
I see our partner Jen is in here. She has a question. Jen has a question. Once you get done with that, Jen.
Hi, Jen. Floor is yours.
Hey guys. Hey Diva. Hey Froggy. Hope you guys had a nice Easter weekend.
Definitely did.
You too.
Good, me too. Yeah, it was nice. You know, we had a lunch at my mom's, Easter egg hunt for the kids, and it was just a good time overall. So yeah, it was nice. But here we are Monday. So yeah, just wanted to know your thoughts, I guess, on what happened today to AMC and HYMC, and I don't know what can we expect for the rest of the week. Do you think there will be more dip buying opportunities? What are your guys' thoughts?
It looks like both plays are in a wedge set to break out tomorrow, and it looks like AMC is going to be breaking pretty close to like a couple hours before the market opens, and HYMC looks like it will go to about noon. Let's hope that both of them break out pretty close to the same time and start running up. But I'm looking to see if we can hit 18 tomorrow, like 18, 17 upon breakout. And then let me see what we got for HYMC.
Thank you.
HYMC is actually not back in its wedge. It's actually down, but that's what it did last time too. It fell below support and then it popped and ran up. So it's doing the same thing. Let's see if we can get back up to 194 and then start heading back up to that $2 range and get that breakout. So that's my thought. I think they'll both. Well, HYMC is going to take a little bit longer. It might need an extra day, but we'll just say later in the day tomorrow, it should start moving. Goal is over $2. Like I said,
Awesome, guys.
AMC should be first thing in the morning, I would think. Double buy check mark first thing this morning, and still first thing this morning.
Yeah, AMC hit support pretty good, and it pretty much stayed there. It was consolidating for a little bit. Let me pull it up and I'll look real quick.
Yeah, it did get pushed down. It looks like kind of like a head and shoulders kind of thing for the day, but the one shoulder is higher, so it looks like it's trending up as it is. We haven't even broke out of that wedge, but once it happens, It should definitely go up a lot quicker.
Yeah, see, it consolidated. It pushed it down. It consolidated in the morning, created the head and shoulders pattern. So yeah, it's probably going up tomorrow from there.
Gotcha. Very cool. I see it. Well, our good friend Rhonda's in here. I consider her as a partner. She's one of those fair rules people as well. Rhonda, I see you in here. You changed your profile picture, but I still see you, Rhonda. Do you want to come up and say something today? I see you waving.
Buster says low volume bearish MACD. Let me see what he's looking at here.
Yeah, what stock?
Probably AMC. Yeah, it's technically a little bit bearish, but it's trending up to where it's going to get back out of being bearish and go back to bullish. And it should be, hopefully by morning, it should be crossed back over, and that's where you'll see that gold cross.
Are you talking about AMC still?
Yeah,
Or?
yeah, because he's talking about the MACD, which is sitting at like negative 0.1 on a 30-minute. And it does have a little bit of ways to go, but it is uptrending. So the momentum is coming off the bottom as of right now. And as long as it continues to uptrend, I mean, pretty close by morning, it will be gold crossed. And that's where you got your chance for your breakout on that wedge.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you.
Yep.
What other comments you got?
I'm still looking right now. And he's talking about my guru claims CTRM is next to squeeze. Thoughts? Anyone hearing this? I actually have been keeping an eye on CTRM just because of the short position that's built up in it. Last I knew, it was real nasty, and I don't know how much it's going to actually squeeze, but it is definitely a squeeze play. It's one of the bigger ones percentage wise for damage done. Even though it's a tiny little company, they've been rocked pretty bad. So if there is a recovery on that, it's going to be nice. 1 million per share, as Al from Boston would say. That's like $500 trillion. That's crazy.
Where is Al from Boston?
Oh, he's still hiding. I guess he learned no means no.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I never pay attention to people like that. You know, the hype. Stock's going to move what it's going to move, right? You got to let it do what it's going to do. Like, I don't know where it's going to go, but I know it's got squeeze potential, and I know that the technical analysis says it'll move up to this resistance level, and if it breaks through that, it'll go to the next resistance level. That's basically how I trade. So,
no, I ain't gonna lie. When I first got into play, I actually bought into the hype of 100K per share, and then once I started doing simple math, I was like, "Wait, that's $50 trillion." Like, yeah, right. That's not gonna happen. I mean, maybe a peak share like one could probably get up to that number, but I mean that's like magical kind of stuff. But everybody getting to a nice number. I mean, the only thing that really made sense is 5K to 10K. And that's $2.5 to $5 trillion. That's realistic too. Dynamite says at the Park Monument. Talk about Al from Boston. Might be where he's hiding.
oh boy.
Jeremy, do you still see AMC getting up to 10,000 per share and GME up to 67,000 per share?
Now that GME number is going to get split, obviously, when they do that 3.3 for 1 split. that number will come down by 3.3. So, but yeah, the numbers are still pretty much there. That's like a peak number, like conservatively peak, and then you can just cut it in half for like a safe number. So it's basically 5 to 10K for AMC is what I'm looking at, and 34,000. Yeah, 34,000 to 68,000 for GME till split. Once you get that split, it like I said, it drops down. Let me see what it works out to be. So that's basically 10 to 20,000 price range for GME after the split. So it's still pretty reasonable because you're getting 3.3 to 1. And that still puts you within that 2.5 trillion to 5 trillion range of a market cap, which is not too wild.
Did you factor in the failure to deliver, Froggy? Just for everybody.
Well, when I look at that money indicator thing that I use, it shows all the negative positions as one. So you can't tell which one's which. You can just tell that they've taken money out of the stock over and over and over since January and June. So they're kind of, I don't want to say figured in, but I can at least get us back to zero. The stock should be well positive in shares purchased. Shouldn't be negative. Yeah, that Brian's right here. With the CBDC, you could get crazy numbers. That's the thing that I'm kind of wondering. If that kind of goes in there, numbers could get crazy. And yeah, even though Lou jokes around about $800 chicken, if that CBDC comes out and they start just throwing money left and right, I mean, yeah, the inflation's going to be stupid.
It is. I have to agree. It's already getting stupid. So if they add all that cash to us, just think of the effect it's going to have on the economy when we spend it.
Brutal.
Because we're not going to put it in the bank. We're not going to hang on to it like the 1% does. We're going to spend it.
Lambos. $100 Happy Meals.
Yeah.
The $100 menu.
What currency was so devalued they use it as wallpaper? I can't remember.
Venezuela.
It was an older one. Older than that. People put it on their walls as wallpaper. I can't remember. I'll do some research on it, but that's
Was
pretty
it
much
the
what.
dong? Vietnamese. I think that's the dong. You can get like a billion of them for like $1. Oh no, you're talking about. Is it New Zealand or something?
I don't remember. I'm gonna have to do some research on it. I seen a YouTube video on it. I said,
They
"Man,
were
that's
handing out like $1 trillion bills or something weird."
that's kind of where we're headed right now."
Yeah, definitely. Things are definitely going to get crazy. That's for sure.
What's up, Pantheon? How you doing, my brother?
Oh, we got Pantheon in the house.
Yeah.
Going on, Pantheon. How you doing, man?
He says, "Good afternoon, you gangsters."
Hey, Pantheon, what time are you coming on tonight with Boss Blunts and Bigums?
Yeah.
So we can point people over in the right direction, because that's going to be a good one.
Go ahead, Jen has a question. Go ahead, Jen.
Hey guys, sorry again. I just wanted to say real quick before I step down. I know today was a red day for most pickers, like for AMC, GME, and HYMC. But let's stay positive and keep buying the dips and holding. That's all we really need to do. Buy and hold, guys. So and try and stay positive. I know it can be kind of rough on days like today, but it's all good. Okay, it's all good. Let's go, baby.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, thank you, Jen.
Good
Always
fight.
appreciate it.
Positivity, guys. Got to keep up the positivity.
No, you're right. I agree. There's nothing to worry about.
Stay positive. It will come true eventually. They can only hold this off for so
Exactly.
long.
Patience.
Yep.
Patience.
Pantheon says, I think around 7 p.m. Pacific, but it's still to be determined. It is happening, though. Yeah, that's going to be good, especially if they start talking about like the banking stuff and everything that they bring to the table is usually pretty informative.
Who's hosting Boss Blunts?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking Pantheon, but I'm not sure. Pantheon, who's hosting it? Is it you, Boss Blunts, or Bigums? Yeah. What time is Pacific? Is that?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up as soon as I get off here. Well, I can look it up, I guess. Gotta do the East Coast calculation. You're doing it already. I don't know. Wait.
That's 3 hours off if you're Eastern. So it's going to be 10 p.m. Eastern, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. It's Boss hosting. Yeah, so Pantheon's gonna be in Boss's Discord. Yeah, I'll be over there as well. I figured that's how you were gonna do it. That's why I asked. Because Boss, that's what he does. He brings in his Discord.
Froggy, did you AMC dipping this week?
No, I think we're at the bottom waiting for it to like break out a wedge tomorrow. It's up on the screen right now, and you can see the bottom support going into a wedge, which would leave a breakout going up to like 18.18 as a confirmation breakout.
Jim says, have you discussed new rule for tomorrow Charlie talked about today? Charlie Gasparino? I'm not sure about the rule you're talking about.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from Charles Gasparino.
I'm guessing he says Charlie, so.
Yeah, Gasparino usually says bad things about AMC, so I usually don't pay much attention to him.
There's a rule or something. I don't know.
Let's go.
I think that has to do with the I can't think of what it's called, where they can tell the shares or something. You know what it's called. They basically put a number on the shares. I think that's what she's talking about.
I'm looking right now. Oh, there he goes.
Charlie's Vids is who they're talking about.
What about Charlie's Vids?
That's who they were referring to about the rule for tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm not going to lie. I took a nap today, so I don't know. I'm guessing it has to do with the. Let me look. You guys are going to get me to go look.
Donnie says, can you talk about MULN? Yeah, we covered it, but we'll cover it again real quick. Basically, didn't they just do a share dilution on that one? Mediocre Trader, did they just dilute that one a little bit today? MULN. And that's what made it drop down in price.
Yeah, they diluted. They had a a split or something so that they can get money for batteries. I think that's what they were planning is to do. But then they said that the CEO got 10 million. So I'm sure it was because of the batteries. I'm looking up that thing. I forget what it's called. We've talked about it before, Froggy. That rule where they can track all the new shares, like the new people buying, they can track the shares. What's that rule called?
For dividends,
No.
that's how they do it. Dividend, they have to track all the shares to go and get an account so they get properly
I
paid
forget what
out.
they called it. I gotta go find the rule, dude, because I can't remember.
Pantheon says there's a video named SR FINRA 2021-010 Stay by FINRA approval ordered. Not sure what that is. I think is he saying he's got that as a video? Let me see what he's got going here.
They have a specific name for the system that they're putting in place. I just can't think of it.
CAT system?
Yes. I think that's the rule that they're talking about. And it might go into
phase
effect
5
tomorrow.
is July 11th or something like that.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. See, I'm not crazy. This doesn't always work. Like this live stuff, you don't get to prepare. You're just going off of what you have.
Plus, he's a little sleepy, so you got to excuse him. He didn't get his coffee. Where's Gary at?
Gary. He didn't feel
Ginslet needs to bring that coffee.
Yeah. There's no coffee over there. He ain't give me none.
Here comes Robbie, says, bringing up the facts, very low volume. They can't run the price down equals bullish. If you look at the 1 hour chart, we bounced perfectly off of a key trend line today. I think tomorrow you might see a push to 19. Yeah, I was calling 18 just to get to the top of that previous point. Let me see if 19, 19's pretty close. That's our next point, is right up there to 1870. I didn't want to be too greedy and shoot for it, but I took this point way down here at 1818, break out of this line here. So let me get that one off my screen here. So
I'll say this about Pantheon. If you watch his stuff, you'll know that he's the real deal. He does very good, deep analysis in the stuff.
Oh, Pantheon would be proud of me. The other day I did a video and I was actually writing down my bullet points and everything like he was suggesting that he does. And it actually made things so much easier because you didn't miss a single point. You didn't have to wing nothing off the top of your head. It was just one fact after the other and basically pulled a Pantheon. It actually, I think everybody should try to do that. So you don't say, oops, I should have added that.
So Law 1 says mediocre consolidated audit trial system. And I appreciate you guys for telling me that because I couldn't remember it. I apologize.
Yeah, Zimbabwe money. That's the one that had trillions of dollars. It's got like a snake on it, I think. Isn't it where it's got like a snake and it's got like rocks and stuff?
I'm gonna have to start writing notes and keeping them on the side over here.
I was gonna buy some of those, but I don't think they plan on bringing the value of that currency back up.
Oh yeah, I got you. Dino Mike.
Oxy's an oil company or an oil stock. It should be trending up a little bit too. So if it does move up, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised. Yeah, it is moving up 3.4%. So it's pretty decent moves. As long as oil stays strong, it will keep going up.
The price was still going.
Love you.
Love you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Work on your own.
Any thoughts on Shopify? I've been actually seeing that one get called out a lot. I haven't got to look into it, so I'm kind of curious now. I keep hearing how undervalued it is, and it might be. Oh, wow. That thing is beaten. Look, it used to be worth $1,700. Now it's at $580.
You heard me talking to my wife?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought I muted it. Oh my God. I apologize.
Double bottom, higher low. Cash is flowing back out. Short term. Buy check mark. Oversold. You didn't get that second bounce. You're actually waiting for it right now to break trend. It is poised for a good bounce, but you're waiting for that. I'm not even sure if that's where the trend should be drawn, but it looks like it should be in a wedge. There is no bottom established or anything yet, so this could be doing one of them like higher low dips. Let me see if I can get on the right time frame and get this wedge figured out here.
I just want to say Brian Carpenter is not a nice person. He said he's going to forget all of us when he's rich. That's kind of not a good thing.
There's your fourth attempt on your third downtrend. So you got three trends in here. This is your fourth attempt on your third accumulation phase, which is not normal. And you're setting up technically on a short-term double bottom. So just keep an eye on that 558 line. If it doesn't honor that, then you're going lower, obviously, but you're waiting to see if you can break out. You're looking for 587 right there. Anytime tomorrow, 587 would be a good place to get back up to and actually cross above it. So then you can start moving back up. It should be due to pop back up too, but it's been on such a downward trend. Not sure what's causing all that mess, but it used to be worth a lot more.
Maybe it's the music industry.
No, it's Shopify.
Oh, my bad. Then ignore me. Has nothing to do with music, Froggy.
10 for 1 stock split. Oh boy. Well, that will make it at least more attractive. Dropping the price down pretty cheap. People will probably buy it and it'll probably go up. But I'm going to probably wrap things up here because I do got other things to do too. One of the things I do want to address I'm going to make a video tonight addressing what's going on with the like the Wolfpack thing with the whole cam, the CS Trades thing. We're going to be bringing that to light and letting people know what's going on about that because I've got a ton of messages about that on what's going on. So I figured I'll put that out. Try to be professional about it. But I probably won't be bringing him back on for certain reasons. I'll give him a chance to prove he's doing the right thing. And if he doesn't, then, he'll probably never be back on here. So I figured I'd address that real quick and get that out of the way. Videos coming on some of it. Like I said, there'll be two videos. One will give him a chance to explain himself and what he did. If he doesn't explain himself and he wants to continue to attack, I'll put out facts. So I got receipts for everything, proving things that he did and why he won't be welcome back on the show. So just giving everybody a heads up. Got to keep things professional, and we want honest people on the channel, and that's the goal. And if somebody's doing something bad by like lying or ripping people off or whatever the case may be, whether it's a partner or not, they get removed. So we try to do what's best for the people and trying to figure out what's the best approach forward on it, but we'll figure it out. Ms. Harris, you want to go ahead and close things out?
Yes. Everyone that's in the chat, everyone's in the chat, make sure you like it and subscribe. Also go to the Mediocre's channel and like it and subscribe as well. Let's help this channel grow, guys. He's a real good guy. He's phenomenal. And we appreciate him and all the partners that are involved in this. Everyone who's in a space call, please go down to the chat, the YouTube stream chat, like it and subscribe. Also, hop over to Mediocre's channel and like and subscribe that as well. Appreciate all you guys. I see Rikers in here who's representing for 8 Radio. Jen, you're always appreciate. You always come through, no matter what. Appreciate you. Wanda said that she was busy doing something, but we do appreciate her from the Cherub Rules community. And listen up, guys. Listen. I'm serious. I have to tell you guys this. I know you say, oh, here she goes again. Yep, there I go again. Listen, you guys will become a member. The lowest is $4.99 a month. You want to be a member because did you guys hear Froggy mention that money indicator? It has been tested. It has been proven. He used it. I shouldn't say it, so I'm going to say it. He used it on the test rate. So he knows when the shorts are covering, when they're not covering. You want to get your price target, no matter what it is. If you're seeking that $100,000, you say, no, maybe only one person can get that. Go ahead and chance it. You have to be a member, though. $4.99, as low as $4.99 a month. You have to be a member. Reason why? It's a members only who's going to be doing this for you. You cannot ask him any questions during the squeeze when the squeeze happens. So you want to become a member. $4.99 a month, as low as $4.99 a month. Plus, we're going to teach you one-on-one training with options, trading, all that with the mediocre and all that. So you'll have someone that you can follow and learn one-on-one. It'll never be told that you don't know how to trade. He'll never mention that. If you do know how to trade, he'll never mention that. You don't know how to trade, you're a beginner, he'll never mention that. That's not nobody's business between you, Jeremy, and if New York is training you or AJ's training somebody that's training you. It's you guys' business only. I won't know, none of Jay won't know, Sandra won't, none of us will know. Except for you, Jeremy, and whoever's training you. Appreciate all you guys. Love you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed Easter weekend. Jay, you always come through for the mediocre. Stay on, do us right. Continue to do us right. Appreciate you, Jay. Appreciate you. So I appreciate Mello, Dolly Got a God, all you guys. Froggy, my opinion, sir, you rock. You rock. You have to trainers, appreciate you. All those that are in there, in the chat, space call, appreciate you. And as my son would say, you guys know, dubs up, we out.
There's a video I'm going to try to get to tonight once I sit down and do some talking about the details on it. I'm going to be bringing Casey Shellen later on tonight. We're going to be talking about some option information and stuff because I'm not too familiar with all this stuff that Deep Value did from back in the day. I guess he had different strategies and stuff like that. And I know Astro and Trey put out a thing about buying puts, whatever, and how it could work. And I tried to analyze it to see I tried to analyze it to see if there was a possible benefit of buying puts, and the only benefit I could see is the hedge, which I'm not a hedger. I usually just buy in. If anything, stop loss. That's the best. Yeah, Casey Shaw doesn't do options, but he understands them very well. Like, so he understands the rules and the breakdowns and the Greeks on it. So very smart guy. But I want to put a video out talking about like what I did today. I bought options deep in the money on how the reason why I went deep in the money is for the lower theta decay and the guaranteed delta hedging, which would provide guaranteed value for the play. So instead of buying puts, if you bought deeper in the money calls, you're guaranteed to get delta hedged, and your theta decay is so low that it's minor. And when you buy out the money calls, most likely if you don't make money on it, you can get completely blown out, lose all that money, and the market maker will probably just take that money and beat you with it. So what I'm doing is a different strategy. It sounds like it makes a lot more sense than buying puts or some of the other options. And you can offset the theta by selling calls on top of it and creating like a spread, and that would pretty much offset all of your theta. So the goal is to find a way to cost no money in options and still make money on it. And I think I might have found a strategy. I'm just testing it now to make sure it works before I make a big deal about it. But I think I kind of figured it out. So we'll see how it works. Those videos are coming later on tonight too, or later on this week. I definitely want to do a full options breakdown on people should stop buying out the money calls for now, buy in the money, because that delta hedging is what creates gamma ramps. And if you create a gamma ramp, you can create a gamma squeeze. So everybody getting on board and doing that instead of wasting money outside because if it doesn't run up and you're outside the money, you're not doing any benefit for the movement. If you buy in the money, have to be delta hedged. And like I said, it's guaranteed positive because the market maker has to go purchase those. So we're supposed to. So we'll see how that plays out. Mediocre Trader, you want to go ahead and close it on your end?
Yeah, sure. I just want to thank you for trying out this option strategy and letting everybody know you're doing it. I think that's awesome. Something we should be looking into. But I want to say, Ms. Harris, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I hope you had a good Easter with you and your family, and I appreciate what you do. All of you mods, I respect all of you. You guys do a good job. You work hard. I want to thank Froggy for always being a kind gentleman and have me on here. And I thank all you people who are watching these shows. It's good information, and I appreciate everybody. And don't forget to beat that like button and the subscribe button, and we'll see you later. And thanks again, Froggy.
Yeah. The goal here is just to basically, education is definitely key. For any of the Diamond members that I haven't got to yet for the training stuff, originally I was only going to give like a certain amount of time for training, and I decided to go and double the amount of time. And if you did get a membership, you're guaranteed to still get your credit like whenever your time is available. So we're trying to line up like whoever is a Diamond member so they can, like I talked to someone this weekend for an hour just going over different details and different things on different stuff. Each person needs taught different things in a different format. So that's what I do for the Diamond members. They'd rather learn personally, and I'm fine with that. So originally I was going to do like 30 minutes. Some people need a lot more than 30 minutes. So I try to give them like a full hour to give as much information as possible. And the goal is to make sure that you take the knowledge I give you and you can start applying it and using it. And that's what I wanted to happen, is you're actually getting something that you can make money on, either make money or protect yourself or learn how to see the market in a different light. And that's the goal. I mean, education is definitely key. And like I said, I'm trying to get more going, get more done, teach more people and stuff. So just bear with me. It's still a work in progress, but we'll get there. yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for coming, and look out for my next couple of videos that are coming. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, guys.